Hi everyone, in today's TKT lesson, we will cover Module 2, Unit 20, identifying the different components of a lesson plan. So, why do you think teachers need to plan their lessons? There can be several reasons, and I would like to highlight some of the most important reasons. Lesson planning is not just about writing down a list of activities. It helps teachers think carefully about what learner will achieve by the end of the lesson. In other words, it helps us decide what our lesson aims are and what progress we want our students to make. A lesson plan also provides a clear framework for organizing our ideas. It helps us arrange the different parts of the lesson, including the teaching methods, activities, materials, and classroom procedures. Planning also gives teachers a sense of directions. It helps us know where we are going and how we are going to get there. Without a plan, a lesson can easily lose focus or become less effective. Another important reason for planning is that it helps us predict possible problems or difficulties. For example, we can think about language problems learners may have, classroom management issues, or activity that may not work as expected. By identifying these challenges in advance, we can prepare solutions. Planning also helps us choose the right activities and material to achieve our lesson aims. Every activity should have a purpose and should help learners move toward the learning objective. Last but not least, a clear lesson plan shows learners that the teacher is organized and knows what they are doing. This can increase student confidence and create a more positive learning environment. So, we can say that lesson planning helps teachers teach more effectively and help learners have a clearer and more successful learning experience. Before looking at different components of a lesson plan, let's consider what a lesson plan is similar to. Is it like an instructional leaflet, a photograph, a story, a roadmap, a computer program, a series of road signs, a written summary, or something else? As you know, a lesson plan is a set of notes that helps teachers think carefully about what they are going to teach and how they are going to teach it. It is not simply a list of activities. It is a plan that helps us make decisions about the aims, the procedures, the material, and the support learner may need. A lesson plan also works as a guide. It supports teachers during the lesson by showing the different stages and helping them stay focused. It can also be useful after the lesson because teachers can reflect on what worked well and what could be improved. To identify the main component of a lesson plan, we need to think about three important questions. First, who are our learners? We need to consider their level, needs, interests, and possible difficulties. Second, what do we want our learners to do? This helps us decide our lesson aims and learning outcomes. Third, how do we want them to do it? This helps us choose appropriate activities, methods, and material. So, a lesson plan is most similar to a road map or a series of road signs. It shows us where we are going and helps us follow the right directions. However, just like on a real journey, we may sometimes need to change our route because of unexpected situations. In the classroom, teachers need to be flexible and adapt their plans according to their learners and the classroom environment. Now, let's start looking at the key concepts of a lesson plan. When planning a lesson, first we need to think about what the lesson is for. This means identifying the lesson aims, as the aims describe what we want our learner to achieve by the end of the lesson, and they also help us decide the focus of the lesson and guide our choice of activities and materials. Then we need to consider what the teachers and learner will do during the lesson and how they will do it. It includes the different stages of the lesson, the activities, the interaction patterns, and the method the teacher uses to help learners achieve the aims. There are also other components that can be included in a lesson plan. For example, we may include the timing of different stages. This helps teachers manage the lesson effectively and make sure there is enough time for each activity. Another possible component is the profile of the group. This gives information about the learner, such as their level, age, needs, interests, or any specific learning difficulties. Understanding the learner helps teachers plan lessons that are appropriate and effective. Now, let's look at how a lesson plan helps the teacher before, during, and after the lesson. Before the lesson, the plans help the teacher think clearly about the aims, the procedures, and the order of activity. It helps the teacher decide the best way to achieve the lesson objective. During the lesson, the plan works as a guide. It helps the teacher check the timing, follow the sequence of activities, and remember what to do next. However, the teacher can also make changes if needed. After the lesson, the plan becomes a record of what happens in the class. The teacher can reflect on the lesson, see what worked well or what needs improvement, and use this information to plan future lessons. Again, the teacher can make any changes to show how the lesson was different from the plan. So, a lesson plan is not just a document to follow, it is a tool that supports teacher before, during, and after teaching. When teachers plan a lesson, they ask themselves a number of important questions. These questions help teachers organize their lessons and think about their learners' needs. Let's look at each lesson plan component with examples. The first component is class profile. This means thinking about the learner we are planning the lesson for. For example, a teacher may write, "This is a class of 15 A2 level teenagers." So, knowing the class helps teachers choose suitable activities. The next component is timetable fit. This explains how the lesson connects to previous and future lessons. For example, in the previous lesson, learners study vocabulary about travel. In this lesson, they will use this vocabulary in a speaking activity. In the next lesson, they will write a travel email. The next component is the main aim of the lesson, which is the most important goal of the lesson, as it answers the question, what do we want learners to achieve by the end? For example, by the end of the lesson, learners will be able to use the past simple to talk about past experiences. Subsidiary aims are additional aims that support the main aim. For example, if the main aim is speaking about past experiences, possible subsidiary aims could be: learner will improve their use of the past simple tense in affirmative and negative sentences. Learners will learn and use time expressions related to the past, such as yesterday, last weekend, 2 days ago, and in 2020. State aims explains the purpose of each stage of the lesson. Look at the example from the previous unit. By identifying a separate aim for each stage of the lesson, we can be sure that there is a clear purpose for each activity that we plan, which contributes to the main aim of the whole lesson. The next component is personal aims. So personal aims focus on what the teacher wants to improve. For example, I want to improve my instruction by using shorter and clearer language. Or I want to encourage more students to participate in speaking activities. The next component is assumptions. There are things the teacher believes learners already know. For example, I assume learners already know common past time expressions such as yesterday, last week, and ago. Anticipated problems. So they are possible difficulties learner may have. For example, learner may confuse the past simple and present perfect. Possible solutions explain how the teacher will deal with these problems. For example, the teacher will provide more examples and a timeline to show the difference between the two tenses. And the next component is teaching aids, material, and equipment. They are the things needed for the lesson. For example, the teacher will use a projector, pictures, a worksheet, and the course book. They all are teaching aids, material, and equipment. The next component is procedures. Procedures describe what happened during the lesson. For example, first, learners discuss pictures in pairs. Then, the teacher presents new vocabulary. After that, learners complete a practice exercise and finally do a speaking task. Timing shows how long each stage will take. This also helps the teacher manage the lesson effectively. Interaction patterns. So they show how learners work during activities. So the teacher can use different types of interaction patterns in his or her lesson plans. Finally, we have homework. This is the extra work learners do after the lesson. So one thing you should remember that not every lesson plan will include all these components, but Thinking through this area helps teachers prepare effectively. By asking ourselves key questions, we can understand our learner better, predict possible challenges, and make lessons more successful. For example, when planning a speaking activity like a mingle, teachers should think about the language students need, possible shortcuts they might take, and extra instruction or support they may require. In today's video lesson, we explore the different components of a lesson plan, with a particular focus on identifying the key components that we should consider when planning a lesson. Here is a lesson plan format that you can refer to when you plan your future lesson. I hope you will find it useful. To help you practice what you have learned, I have also included a sample TKT task. Please try this sample task. Take a few minutes to answer the question on your own before checking the answers. The answers are provided in the video description below, so don't forget to compare your answer and see how you did. If you found this lesson helpful, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss future TKT lessons. Again, I also would like to hear from you. Please leave a comment below and let me know if you have any questions or which TKT topic you would like me to cover next. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next lesson. Happy teaching and happy learning.